Before depression, you're a person, you're a different person. Going through depression, you're a different person. Coming out of it, you love that person. When you come out of it, you love that person. You win a presidential award when you're in depression. When you're in depression, you feel happy maybe for like 5-10 minutes, and then you'll be back to your thing. Like the most beautiful things around you also won't, and most beautiful, happy, enjoyable things also won't make you feel like that. It'll be I don't know. It's like a cocoon of uh, darkness. You living with depression is different. Fighting with depression is different. Yeah, I used to live with depression in past 4-5 years. I lived with it. I know it's happening. Like initially I didn't, but later from past 1-2 years I know it's happening. But I was like, it will go. It will go. When time comes, it will go. But when it becomes very intense, I shouldn't have waited till then. I should have fought before only. I waited to a maximum extent where things were like very, very gone very bad. Then I started fighting my own battle. It's like, yeah, it's definitely a battle. You have to fight it out of you have to fight yourself out of it.
Hey there everyone, I welcome you all to my channel. Today we have a special guest. He's Vamsi Krishna, an intern from Kamineni Academy of Medical Sciences and Research Center, Telangana. Hello sir, thank you for joining this interview. In today's video, we will talk about mental health because on October 10th, we have upcoming World's Mental Health Day. And the reason for having Vamsi sir is that he was suffering from depression when he was in final year MBBS, due to which he couldn't appear for his final year examinations, but now he's recovered from that. So let's see how his journey was, and I hope we get to learn something from him. So sir, the first question is, we'll divide your journey in three subparts, okay? How long you were suffering from depression, what problems did you face, and if possible, could you share your cause of depression? Over to you, sir.
Okay. How long I was suffering? Maybe I was suffering for around 4 to 5 years. But initially, I didn't know that I was suffering. My closest friends of mine were telling, "Dude, you need to consult a doctor. You need to talk to someone and all." But I didn't take it seriously. And I also had this suicidal tendencies in ideation ever since I was like maybe 15. And of completely without any reason. That was without any reason. Depression thing had a reason, but suicidal thing was not. It didn't have any reason. I used to feel low all the time. Like low, I mean, it was extremely low. And I cut off from people, all my close friends, my family. I always used to spend my time in my room. Yeah, I used to have some blackouts. And it was extremely difficult for me to cope up with very similar, like very simple activities. I didn't know what was happening also. Like to me, it was very confusing. Like at the moment, I'll be like, okay, I'll be fine, and the other moment, it's like complete flip.
So, sir, the second question is that sometimes we face a challenge, like balancing our studies and social life. So, every student at some point, undergoes to anxiety. But what is that differentiating factor between anxiety that goes away naturally or depression which requires professional help?
Okay, this is what do you mean by you getting anxiety? So, if someone says that I'm getting anxiety when there is an exam, or when they need to talk to their crush, or when they need to talk to some in before a big audience, that's a normal kind of anxiety. But this anxiety when I used to get when I'm in like chronic depression phase, it was very different. It was very different. Like there will be complete zone out. The you feel choked, like you literally feel choked. These are the physical things. Literally feel choked. You won't be able to breathe properly, and like you just want to be there alone. You can't. You literally want to. I mean, there'll be two parts in you, where one part of you is like you just want to be alone, that you don't want to be seen by anyone, and one part will be like go and hug the closest person you have so that this will go. But always your friends or your parents won't be available, so you won't be able to control this also. And at the same time, what I experienced was when I'm having this severe anxiety and panic attacks, uh, uh, there would be like mines, like exactly like landmines. I used to feel like something is like bursting in my mind. Like I even drew it also. I don't have the picture right now, but I would have showed it. Like uh, there were like complete explosions in the mind. Like you can't understand what's happening. It will be very difficult. You don't even realize that it's depression, and you'll be so tired of those effects that you don't even want to take help because it feels so tiring taking help also. You just want to sleep all the time, or you just want to lie down and do nothing. And that's like the worst thing. Doing nothing is the worst thing. And you'll be okay with it. You don't feel like watching, you don't feel like listening, you don't feel like talking to people, you don't feel like eating. Okay, yeah, you won't be able to eat. I was not able to eat. Food was tasting very bland. No food was making me happy. Sleep. While I used to sleep, I used to have she I literally used to have seizures. Uh, very small uh, for a very small time. It used to be like a burst and then stop. And it used to continue throughout the uh, sleep, throughout the night. Only during the night, not in the afternoon or something. When you sleep in the afternoon, no.
So the third question is, when did you seek psychiatrist help, and what helped you to come out of all this?
First, I consulted psychiatrist on September, around September last year, 2020. Yeah. So yeah, after I think he started the treatment with ketamine injections. I had like a 1 week of ketamine injections. Um, yeah, ketamine treatment was fine because it makes you very keep peaceful, calm. You you just go to sleep. Uh, to really be frank, for me, medications didn't work out well. Along with the ketamine treatment, I was put on medication also. But medications, they made me so weak, like literally weak, mentally weak, emotionally weak, physically weak. I didn't want it to be on I didn't want it to be on meds anymore. It made me feel like no, I stopped taking it without telling it to my parents first. Then I explained it to my mom, like I explained it to my parents that these medicines are making me feel worse. Ketamine was fine the first 7 days of the treatment, and then as they were like, you shouldn't take ketamine for longer time. Only 7 days is fine. It just increases your dopamine levels. That's the only function. But you should also be on other medications at all. But I didn't do. After using them for a month, I started losing hair. Yeah, I started losing hair. Food. Yeah, there was no hunger at all, and there was severe. I used to feel giddy. I used to have headaches because of the medication. And then I stopped taking medication. I started working out. Working out really helped me. Really, really helped me. It gave me a lot of confidence. It cleared my mind. Uh, to what I want to say is, anyone going through depression, just get up and work out. It's very difficult to get up and to make yourself to do even the simplest activities. And working out is like an another level thing. You should be like very determined to become better. Then you'll work out. But once you start working out, you'll feel a lot better. It'll help you in so many ways. Now, I personally say I'm out of depression. I still work out every day, like 7 days a week, no break. These are the challenges in your life, and you're overcoming it. So you build this sense of confidence, this sense of fight. Giving a fight to the life, or giving the fight to the challenges that you're being thrown at. So yeah, working out really helped me, and I would suggest everyone who's going through something mentally, you're not fine, or like you're mentally dealing with problems, definitely work out. It helps you a lot. And yeah, meditation also. I started meditating. Meditation did really help me a lot. Like, I love meditating. I still do meditation. Yeah.
So were your friends and family supportive during the recovery phase?
Oh yeah, like I
What
never
role did they have?
I didn't think that my parents would understand what I was going through. But once I opened to them, they were like, okay, they were shocked. Like, okay, we didn't know that you were going through. You seemed all fine to us. Like, I mean, you be all nice with us. Like, you talk normally only. We didn't know that you're going through. And we observe you sleep a lot during the day. Like, when I was having you sleeping a lot, you're not talking to people. But we didn't think that this was happening. Oh, they did really support me a lot. I am very thankful to my parents. All my life, that is different. But during this stage, when I thought, like, okay, my parents wouldn't be able to understand it, but they, yeah, they are like they literally have become my backbone during this time. They really helped me. They really helped me. I'm really thankful to them about this. I mean, whatever mood I was in, even if I was happy, like for for a period if I was happy, I just wanted to go out. I wanted to have food. They're like, okay. Or I'm like super low. I want to sleep. I didn't want to do anything. They were like, okay. They just came like, are you fine? They used to talk to me, like whatever it is, talk to me. Or my mom used to come, hug me, sit beside me, talk. Like my mom massages my head massages me every day. Like so, she used to come talk to me like about how I was feeling. About she used to tell like do this or do that. I mean, she used to not force me. She used to suggest me, like just try this. It might make you feel better. Just try this. It might make me feel better. Um, like she started doing things where when I was like, I mean, what I used to do when I was a kid, that uh, the activities which make me happy, my mom was like, okay, do that. Used to draw, right? Draw, or like you go out with friends. You like being with friends. Go out. I'm like a very social person. I'm like, then I cut it off. My mom was like, she started calling my friends and like, uh, she told my best friends from the school best friends. She told them, and exactly the next day, my friends came and they're like, "Chalo, let's go out." And I was like, I almost they were about to go to US in a month or two. So those 1.5, 2 months, I was with them almost every day. They used to come every day, pick me up. We used to go out. We used to spend time. They used to talk me out of like what I was going through. They used to make me feel like, dude, like this is all the depression thing is like something you it's treatable, it's curable, it's not something a dead end. There's life out of it. They used to talk to me. My parents used to talk to me. So yeah, they were very supportive. I can't really uh, pinpoint and say how they were supportive, but the way they talked, the way they advised, the way they behaved with me, yeah, they never discarded like, the depression that is the reason. No, they never taken it lightly. They considered it an actual uh, problem, that they got to know the importance of it, like what is it and all. So yeah.
The last question to you, Vamsi sir, is that in India, we do not take mental health so seriously. Right? I think
Yeah.
every other student suffers through all this, but but they don't visit a doctor or take this seriously. So, what advice will you give to anyone who is suffering from anxiety or depression? The last advice which will come from your side.
Depression also can be treated by your own self. That is what I'm see. Going to doctor, it's true, but you have to act upon it. See, if I'm going through depression, my state of mind was like, I don't want to talk to anyone. I want to be. It will go away on its own. No, it will never go away on its own until you act. The act, the, whatever it is, it has to be from within or from another source. I also uh, uh, started visiting a psychologist. They definitely help you. They give you activities to do in a week, how to do, and also they'll talk to you. They'll make your mind more clear about the things. And after, like once you get onto, once you start seeing things clearly, you have to motivate yourself. You have to talk yourself out of it. Like you have to be so strong in the desire of coming out of depression. It's like you won't slip. You you just don't slip away from it. You have to force yourself. There will be help from it. There will be external help definitely if you seek it out. Even if you do, like I personally say, first you seek it out. If you don't find it helpful, uh, like mark my words, try yourself out of it. Like that definitely helped me. Like I before, when I used to take it, not even myself, when I'm going through, I was not taking it seriously. But once you take it seriously, you should have the desire to come on. I don't want to go through this, because every moment you spend in depression, every second is like losing your life. Like, you have a very precious life. You could be happy, you could be talking to your loved ones, you could be doing anything that would bring joy, and you'd be doing nothing when you're going through depression. So it's like you're literally wasting your life, dude. Like, depression, life is very short. Like, I really believe life is very short. uh, I mean, well, life is very short and you don't know what happens. You're supposed to live that life. You have to know what you're doing consciously. So yeah, I would say this. You, like, personally, you have to have that own mindset of coming out of it. You shouldn't be like, हाँ चले जाएगा. The depression would go on its own. No, it won't. You have to fight it. You and yeah, seeking professional help is a main thing. You have to seek it out. At least you'll get to know what your problem. Like, when you're going through it, you'll never know what your problem is. Even if, like, at what stage you are, what is your mental, uh, uh, you know, state, you will never get to know on yourself. First, you need to get a outside person's perspective, and then you act upon yourself if that doesn't work. So yeah. My dad was in the hospital during the COVID times. It was extremely, it was a mental burden to me, because my mom and my brother doesn't know the condition of my dad. He was on ventilator for 11 days. He was in ICU for a month. It was very, very hectic, and I was the one who was talking to doctors. So I know my dad's condition, but I can't tell it to my parents, like my mom and my dad, my brother, all my uncle knows it. Only my uncle, because he's also a doctor. Only he and me knows my dad's condition. It was very worse. Even the doctors called us. They were like, "It's time. I don't think your dad has any chances to survive. Just come and look at him for the last time." That was his thing, but I couldn't tell it to my mom. What am I like? I don't know what I was going. So in this time, there was so much of negative energy in me. Just like, it was very much explosive negative energy. I didn't know where to put.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time.
Yeah.